So welcome, welcome, welcome. I believe we're going to get the sound down pack. If not, we'll go to something for plan B. But let's see if we can rock out. We can rock out with this. This is your girl, Jo Bullock with Single Central TV. And I'm super excited to be doing season 2 starting today. And we're going to go for 8 weeks until December 17th. So she's saying, yes, she can hear me. All right, so let me take a minute to introduce my sister, who's not a guest at all to the stage. She's been on last year. She was on, not last year, a couple months ago. She was on Talking to the Wives. And again tonight, she's on Talking to the Wives. And her name is Trail Ravenel. She's my business partner. We've been rocking out since 2011 when we started Abstaining for Jesus. Since then, we went to Detour Movement Incorporated in 2013. And this year, I want to say, was it this year, late last year, she launched Wives Who Win and now is known as The Wife Coach, in case you don't know. So some of you, I know y'all married women like to hang out with us and it's all good, it's all God. So tonight I want her to share a little bit about, after we have our special guest share, she's going to share a little bit about what does it mean and why it's important for you to activate your vision in your marriage and how you can really walk that thing out. So let's see, Trail. Hopefully everybody can hear you. If you can say hi to everybody.
Hey, how is everyone out there? Hey, Facebook and what other platforms are on tonight. How's it going?
Tanja, can you confirm if you can hear Trail? Please confirm that you can hear Trail. Hey, Rosetta. Hey, you guys, let me know if you can hear Trail.
They're on. Yep, they're good to go. Good, Jill. Jill?
All right, Trail, I'm just waiting for them to confirm that they can hear you. She's saying, yes, she can hear you. She can hear you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, Trail. So welcome back to Single Central TV. It's been a while since you left, yes. But you did leave a dope beat to step 2, and now you're back. So welcome, Trail. And I'm so glad to have you on tonight.
I'm glad to be here on tonight. Thank you once again for allowing me just to come and share this space with you. And we have an amazing guest on tonight. So I guess we'll go ahead and start with the introductions there because I'm excited to hear what Mrs. Activate has to tell us on tonight. She has a very amazing conference coming up next week and she'll tell you all about that. But let me just give you a few things about her. We have Lucinda with us on tonight as a special guest. She is the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award given by our former president, Barack Obama. She is an Amazon best-selling author of 4 books. Somebody said 4 books. She won the 40 Under 40 award for Winchester, New York. She's an international speaker, and she's also been on the stage of TEDx, a stage that I will one day be on as well. That's a part of my vision, you guys. And she has over 30,000. Somebody say 30,000 Activate members globally. So that's around the world, not just in New York, not just locally, but around the world. And she has been activating hundreds of thousands via media, radio, and around the world. She is very well known. And again, like I said, she has an upcoming event that Jill and I both will be at next week, and she'll tell you all about that. Week after next, she'll tell you all about that. And without further ado, Miss Lucinda OT, say hey.
Hey, what's up?
Did I say your last name right?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, it's OTT, like TNT. Yes, OTT. Yes. So I'm here, Lucinda Cross OTT, the founder of Activate Worldwide, and I'm just truly excited to be here. And let's talk. Let's talk love. Let's talk life. Let's talk single. Let's talk married. Let's talk. I'm ready to get in
it. Absolutely.
Is there a delay?
So you guys are probably wondering if I'm a little delayed. I'm listening to you guys from the actual live, so it may be a little delayed. Okay. So, but we're going to work it out. I just want to say we're so glad to have you, Lucinda. And I have to tell everybody how I came across you because ever since I met you, I've been stalking you. It's been really, it's been a great thing. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. Because I remember it was last year, you did something with our sister organization, Heal Women, Heal a Nation. And I saw that you was featured, and I actually missed the interview. I think you did something with, I can't even remember the title of it, but something they had last year. And then I started looking at your page. And if I wasn't on your page for at least an hour, I wasn't on your page no time.
Wow.
Right. So I was just looking at different things and just looking at your whole journey and your whole story on your Facebook timelines and things that you did and all the vision boards that you had and the Vision Board Activate Kit. And I just was totally in awe. And with all of that, I love your spirit, even through the energy from the pictures and everything that I saw. I just could, almost like I could feel your spirit, and I could tell that you were a woman of God, and I could tell that you were a woman of humility, and I could tell that you were a woman of excellence. And it was just so many things that I was like, I don't know her, but I got to get to know her. And it's so funny because that night that I watched your video, I actually created my own vision board, and it was so funny. But why do I have you on my vision board? Isn't that so funny? Look, can you see that, you guys?
Oh,
that's Lucinda.
Right there.
Oh
yeah.
My God, I love it. We have to,
so,
what wasn't accomplished on that board, but I want to help you accomplish at least one of those things on that board. So pick one, and we'll work on it. Pick one.
Thank you. Yes, we look forward to working with you to help support us with the conference. Our conference is coming up next year because I know you do amazing things with corporate sponsorships and all that. So with that being said, that's kind of how I got to know you, and that was back in December.
Yeah.
And ever since then, you know, when you said you was going to do the conference, I actually I did your events program, I did your dope speaker program, and I said, definitely I want to be a part of the conference, and Trevor's like, yep, let's go, let's do it. So we're excited about it. So that's just the intro to talk about the amazing Lucinda Cross. But tonight we want you to come on here because, as you know, I work with a lot of singles, and a lot of times they're sometimes get frustrated and discouraged and get really tired of waiting on their journey of singleness. But what I know to be true is a lot of times they don't have clarity about what they want out of life. And what their purpose is. So before we even go all there, tell us a little bit, how did you come across your purpose? Because a lot of times, or your vision, how did you activate your vision for your life? Like, a lot of people struggle with that.
You know, just what you just said, a lot of people struggle with that because they don't have clarity and they're trying to do too much, and they have 50 million goals and they don't have the strategy to at least complete one. And so for me, what my purpose was to really get clear on what am I called to do. And that's an ongoing process. That's something that you have to learn. Because one thing I had to stop doing, let's talk about that. I had to stop saying that I was looking for my purpose and realize that my purpose was already here. I came into this earth with a purpose, with a vision, and a mission, and an assignment to complete. And when I got clear on that, that's when things started to shift. So I said, you know what? I need to stop looking. It's not like it's going to be at this conference. It's not going to be in the hands of this mentor. I don't need 10 coaching programs to help me find it. Let me sit down and focus on being a person of completion and consistency and clarity. And that's what I did. And that helped me to say, what are the gifts and talents that you do have? I even transformed that into my relationship. Behind me is my love board. I have 2 of them. The top one is before he came into my life, while I was single, and the second board is after I got married, what I wanted our marriage to look like. So it's all about clarity and focusing. And for this, even with my marriage, I focused on love and being what love required. What did that look like for me? So I could go on like that.
Jill, there's a little bit of feedback, I think, from the Facebook Live. You may have to mute that.
So a couple of things that I got from that was you're pretty much saying that, oh, you can hear my background?
Yeah.
So, which I got three main things from what you just said. I got clarity, focus, and completion. You guys need to type that on the screen. You guys need to write that in your notebook. You need to print it out. That is so powerful. So powerful. And I definitely can relate. Focus been like one of my keywords for like the last 2 years, you know, because sometimes we're so tempted to want to do so much that we try to take on too much at one time, and you end up getting nothing done, and you end up having, and I can stand up for this, one hand up, two hands up, stand up, you know, you end up having 5 or 10 things going on, and you're never completing anything. You're just doing a whole bunch of stuff. You're becoming stressed out. You're not as impactful as you want to be, you know, and I'm going to say I'm still learning to master that. You know, today, I know we had this live. I did good. I got to say, I did good. The whole day, I didn't do anything but focus on what was associated with this live, because I can go in trying to do so many things, and I've learned that it, for one, it stresses you out, you know, and you don't accomplish what you want.
Yep. Absolutely.
Troy, you can.
Well, one thing I wanted to ask is about fear, because I know even with that, when you don't have clarity and you don't know what your purpose is, although we were born with a purpose, we know that God has created us, you know, since our mother's womb. But what about the fear that was there as well? Because I'm sure that there was some level of fear, because I know even with me and other leaders, it's a fear of, what if I don't make it? What if I fail? What if this doesn't happen? What if this door does not open? So how did that play a role in your life? And how were you able to mitigate or remove that sense of fear and to continue moving forward? Because I know a lot of women struggle with that still.
You know, there's a saying, feel the fear and do it anyway. So I know fear led me to a life of poverty. It led me to a life of unhappiness. It led me to a life of dealing with jokers that I shouldn't have dealt with. It left me with making financial decisions that I shouldn't have made out of fear. And so I said, you know what? What happens if I do the opposite? What happens if I feel the fear and do it anyway instead of stagnating myself? How great can I become? And when I made that shift, then I started to see open doors. But my thing is, what is the worst that can happen? You succeed or you learn. You succeed or you learn. So either way, it's elevation. So either you're going to go to new heights because you've learned something new, or you go to new heights and you're ready to conquer the world. So either it's, you know, we have to just, I did a YouTube video many years ago, and I said, we need to eat fear for breakfast. And I put fear on a piece of bread. And I said, you know, just gobble that up in the morning, get it out the way, and do what you need to do. Because, you know, my thing is, you know, it's just do it. How much longer are you going to wait? We only have one go round here. One go round on this. You know, we don't know if there's another go round. We have one go round. What is the worst that can happen? You become successful. You find a love that you like. You realize that that's not the person you wanted to be with. You realize this is not the job or career for you. You realize that you've made some mistakes. You know, what's the worst that can happen? And once you get that out of the way, I think fear shouldn't even be a discussion, because fear, that's just something that I think it's an excuse. Is things fearful for me? Absolutely. You know, putting on a conference, knowing that I don't have, you know, all the super money that, I mean, like Beyonce could put on a conference. Why do I have to put it on? She's got disposable money. I don't. But it's my assignment because I have to reach certain people. Is it fearful? Am I like questioning and doubting some things that sometimes? Of course. But is the result greater than what I'm feeling? Absolutely. Because God will always supersede your feelings. Always. He could care less. Oh, okay, daughter, so you feel scared. Great. Get over it, or get somebody else to do it. And I want to be that person, because when he's telling me to do something, I know it's something great behind that door.
Absolutely. And you said something major there, Lucinda, and I was going to follow up with that question, and you brought it here. Our faith level. Because my thing is, there will be times when we are fearful, but we even know as women of God, as women in business, that we should not fear or, you know, have any type of sense of fear of anything except for God. And that's the reverence of him being our Jehovah. So when we find ourselves fearing our assignment or the thing that he has called us to, then it's up to us to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, God, why is this here? You have called me to this. And I know if you call me to this, you're gonna allow me to see through this. But a lot of times we try to be in control. And I know that's where the fear comes in at, because we're so used to being in control. You know, we're mothers, we're wives, we're leaders, we're this and we're that. And we're used to handling things. We're used to making sure things get done. We're used to following through things. But when we were converted into Christianity, we say, okay, God, we're going to allow you to lead. But sometimes we still don't allow him to lead. And that's where the fear comes in at, because we still want to be in charge and we're trying to do things our way. So we have to hand over the reins and say, okay, God, I believe that you've called me to this. So if it doesn't work out, I don't look bad. You look bad because you've called me to it. And I believe that you're going to give me all the resources, the tools and everything that I need in order to be able to see this thing through.
Absolutely. And my fear of not doing what God called me to do, that scares me more.
Right.
To me, because I know when I said yes and then I backed out on my yes, I know that I was sitting in a place that I didn't want to be. But the mission and the process still has to go on. And I understand that. So my thing now is, listen, if she's scared, I got you, God. Point blank, Father, I got you. I'm all in this. She's scared to do it. She's still thinking about it. She's waiting for another confirmation. She needs 10 more prophecies. No, send it on to me. I got it. I got it. And what I don't know, I know I will learn along the way. You're not going to leave me hanging out there. But whatever she, they're not ready to do. Listen, more. Come on.
That's right.
More of it.
And I want to say one other thing, because you just said something that just brought something to my attention. You said, you don't know, you will learn along the way. Another thing I know that holds us back is that thing right there. We feel like we don't know enough. And God had to deal with me regarding that. We are all ignorant to something. I mean, it is what it is, right? All of us don't know everything, but if we connect with people, God made us relationally. He made us to connect with the Lucindas of the world, with the Jills of the world, the Trell, the Chanjas, and all those on Facebook. He's made us to connect with these people. So when we have divine connections with these people, what I don't know, I should be able to call on my sister Lucinda. I should be able to call on my sister Jill or Tanja or whomever, and not necessarily to get free coaching or free counseling, all that. That's not what that's about, because we all have one agenda, and that's to impact the world. So ultimately the kingdom is impacted. So we're all working together toward the same goal. I'm going to eat. You're going to eat. Jill's going to eat. You know, there's enough to go around. There's not about competing. It's not about, oh, she's doing that. No, because although you're a speaking writer, I'm a speaking writer, you have your own unique gifts and abilities and talents, and God's going to give you different vision and ideas, as he will me, as he will Jill. I cannot be Lucinda. I cannot be Jill. You can't be Trell, right? We make a horrible somebody else, but we make a perfect ourselves. So we continue on that journey. I can learn along the way, because I'm watching Lucinda, right? I'm watching this person. I'm watching that person. I'm connecting with those people. I'm buying their programs. I'm getting connected. I'm serving at conferences. I'm doing this and I'm doing that so that I can be greater. Because when you go up, Lucinda, guess what? I'm right there behind you. It's not about me being in front of you. It's not about me trying to outshine you, but it's about me saying, okay, you got this? You need me? What you need? I got your back. You know what I'm saying? And when we have that mentality, especially as women, we will get so much further in our businesses and our relationships and so forth and so on.
Oh my gosh, that right there. And I mean, one thing I can respect with you ladies constantly, I mean, Jill constantly in my text message, what's going on? What you need? How we gonna work? I'm getting Trell in. What's happening? How can I help? And I'm like, this is just what I'm talking about. Because here's the thing with competition. If I try to compete with Jill, I'm messing up who she's helping. If I don't want to give Trell a resource, I'm stopping somebody else who's suffering that is not. So if my gripe is with Trell because Trell said yes to God, what does that have to do with the 10 other women who feel like slitting their wrists? So if I compete with you to try to stop you from shining, stop you from getting a resource, that means that I'm allowing 10 other women who are ready to give up on their marriage, on their life. I'm giving it the go ahead because I'm too selfish and too ignorant to realize that it's not about Trell and it's not about Jill. It's about who you're helping. And so even with the women that want to compete, like, don't compete. I tell them, don't compete with me. Like, take that up with God. Tell him to show you what you need to do. You stop me. I have some women who are coming out of prison tomorrow, and they need some information. So if you don't want to give me a resource, access, shine, a moment, showing up, you don't want to make, whatever it is, that can hinder the next young girl who's ready to give up on her life. She may do something else to put herself right back in prison. So it's not about me. It's about that other girl who's known as a number, who's inside. Same thing with relationship. As women, and I hear Trey Kearney talk about this all the time. If you want to get into a relationship and you feel it's okay to be a side chick, know that you are breaking up a home. Did that feel good for you when your home was broken? And so we got to be just smart about it. It's not about the quick fix and the temporary satisfaction of success, sex, love, and money. It's about the long-term effects of growing and kingdom business.
That's good.
That is good, and that is so powerful. And we all got to get to the place where we, rather than looking at people, because I'm going to be transparent, I had this issue, and I was surprised that I had the issue of dealing with intimidation and very competitive. I come from a track and field background. I ran track all my life, so I'm blaming track, for having an athletic mentality. But what you said, when we're in the kingdom and when we're doing things for the kingdom, there's no competition. Everybody has their own lane. Truly, what God has for Lucinda is for Lucinda. What God has for Trail is for Trail. And we have to get to the place that we look at people and we see people doing excellent things rather than looking at that person and putting them on a pedestal and saying, man, I wish I was as great as this person. Seeing it as inspiration to what is possible for you. You know what I mean? And I think that's a big shift in mindset that we have to have. Having that mindset that, hey, we're going to be sharing. We're going to help climb together and not having that crabs in the bucket type of mentality, trying to just pull each other down and not being willing to help and not being willing to share and say, no, what can I do to serve you? Because even the Son of God always says, the Son of God said he did not come here to be served, but he came to serve. And any opportunities we get to serve, we have to do that. And again, like I said, I have to be the person, man, I didn't always have that mentality. And God had convicted me for one, selfish ambition, and two, having that competing type of mentality and even dealing with a level of intimidation. And I had to learn, why should I have fear of man? Like, God is not a respecter of person. We need to respect people and love people equally and not see people as above or beneath. And one thing I want to say about fear is we need to make fear our friend. Because the truth of the matter is, a lot of times we're fear of failing. Well, failure is part of succeeding. Like, failure is the prerequisites to succeeding. We think about Abraham Lincoln. This dude ran for president 15 times. Yeah, before he got elected. So imagine if he had quit. So a lot of times, there's no need for you to get discouraged when you fail. You just learn no way that it can't be done. You fall forward, you grow through, but it's not about the fact that you fall or you fail, because sometimes it's going to happen, right? Because you got to trial and error and evaluate. But once that happens, get up and try again. Don't allow that to stop you, because at the end of the day, you are unstoppable. So,
come on. Keep going. That's good right there. Good Lord.
So, Lucinda, tell us a little bit about how can people, if a single person, they're trying to activate their vision. What are some of the first steps? I don't know if you have any steps, or what would you say? Because I know people want a man or partner, but if they haven't mastered singleness and they don't have any idea what they want in their life, I don't know how they're going to meet with somebody else and partner with life with them. And Cheryl, you may have something to say about this too.
I think Cheryl is frozen. Okay, Cheryl frozen. You back? You're mute.
Okay. Go ahead. I didn't hear you. You were asking me a question? I'm sorry.
I can hear you guys. Go.
So she said to repeat it, Jill. She didn't hear it.
I'm trying to figure out where that feedback was coming from. I didn't hear you, Jill.
Okay, so the question was, Trail, I said, if you, I'm pretty much just asking, when somebody's in their season of singleness, how can they kind of find their vision, and how important is it for them to have a vision? Like, can they be with a partner, find out who's the one for them if they don't know where they're headed in their life? Like, how what kind of steps you can help these singles navigate to catch their life with their vision? Either one of you guys can kind of chime in on this. And you guys know I'm a little delayed, so if I'm MIA, just jump in. And if I see you guys stop talking, I'll jump in.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, with the women that I share with in the community with Vibes to Win, I do allow single women to be a part of that community. But my thing with single women is you have to be mature. A mature single, like you're ready for marriage. You just haven't found the one per se. So you can't like still be working on yourself and trying to get it together and all of that. No, you know, no offense to those type of women, but that's just not the community that I have. But the woman that I can tell, as far as the single women that are in that stage and ready to be married, it is important that you know who you are. Because one thing I tell women is that a man does not complete you. He does not make you whole. Marriage is not a cure for anything. So if it's your desire to get married because you don't want to be alone at night, or you want somebody to make you feel whole, or to make you feel better, I tell them right then and there that you're not ready to get married. So the first thing is being able to renew your mind. Being able to renew your mind in the things of God. Being able to renew your mind in the things of you. Who are you? And that's the question I ask women all the time. Who are you? What were you created to do? You know, I posed a question the other day, and I asked, you know, some women what was the worst thing, or what feared them the most, or what scared them about their marriage. And I was appalled at some of the answers that they were posting. They were posting things like, oh, my husband falls out of love with me. I don't know what I would do. If he were to leave me, I don't know what I would do. If he were to die, I'm like, what? Like, your life does not center around a man. The only person your life should center around is God. So first thing is renewing their mind and making sure that they know who they are in Christ, and they know who they are within themselves. They know their weaknesses. They know their strengths. They know what makes them happy. They know what makes them sad. You know, they can think for themselves. They're not looking for a completion. And the second thing I would say, I'll just give two things. I have a lot of other things. Is, you know, what's your purpose for getting married? And I've asked women this over and over again. What is your purpose for getting married? Well, number one is to glorify God, because marriage is a God idea. So the first thing is to glorify him. And then for us together to be able to impact the world. So it's not just about, you know, you going out to movies and taking selfies and having a good time. Yeah, that's a part of the benefits, excuse me, of being married, but that's not your purpose. It's for two people to come together and be in alignment with one another. As you're in alignment with one another, you're in alignment with Christ, so that you can carry out the unfinished work. That's what it's about. So I want women to understand it's not just about you having a wedding. It's not about getting this pretty dress. It's not about having this huge ring, but it's about impacting the world. How can you and this person impact the world together? Excuse me, guys. So that would be two things that I would give as far as our single woman community. And a lot of them are not ready for that, because a lot of them are still working on daddy issues, mommy issues. Excuse me. I had this thing going on. You know, past relationship issues. You know, still trying to figure out life. You know, if you're not walking in your purpose, you're not ready to get married. You're not ready to step in that role as a wife, because you will go into that marriage wanting that person to fulfill your purpose, wanting that person to define you, to unveil you somehow. But no, you have to be in that space all alone. And I have women, excuse me, guys. Oh, goodness. All right. Sorry, my whole thing just went apart here. Okay. Real life technology, guys. Okay. I apologize. Can you guys hear me still? I'm determined to get this out.
We rebuke this cough and spell.
I had this little itchy throat thing, but I got it here. See, I talk with women, and you know, when the women tell me they don't know what they were designed and created to do, that scares me when they want to be in a relationship. Because your purpose is not marriage per se, right? You know that marriage, when you get married, it's your ministry. That's your first ministry. But your purpose in life is not to be somebody's wife. It's so much bigger than that. So I pull out that part in women and helping them to define who they are. Who are you? What were you created to do? So when you do get married, when your husband doesn't tell you you're beautiful every single day, or he doesn't show you the love and the attention, and he's not as sensitive as you want him to be and as considerate as you want him to be, you're not holding that to his charge, right? because your ultimate allegiance is to God. Your allegiance is not to him. Your ultimate allegiance is to God. So when your ultimate allegiance is to God, when he doesn't tell you you're beautiful, that doesn't bother you. When he's not always considerate, that doesn't bother you. So that would be a couple main points that I would give women today. I need to take some water. Sorry.
That's good. And to my point, you know, even when I was single with 2 children at the time. And I was like, where am I going to find love? I have 2 small babies and I'm single. Like, where's this? Because either I have my own limited beliefs. Either I'm going to be seen as somebody who's looking for a father for my kids, or I'm going to be seen as somebody who's already washed up. So these were the things that was going in my head. You know, who's going to want to fall in love with you and marry you at this stage? Your babies are young. You have 2 small children. So either they're going to think that you want a father, looking for a father, you need help or assistance in raising your children, you're washed up. And so I had to get that completely out of my head, and I had to get a life. And I had to get a life and realize what Lucinda wants. What are my desires? How can I help fulfill my desires first so that I'm not, like you said, so relying on a man to come in and make me happy, make me feel loved. And what attracted my husband to me is that I was confident in who I was. I had my bad and bougie on, you know, and so I felt good about who I was. I was firm on my beliefs. And so he didn't step into an incomplete situation where I'm saying, hey, we need you here. It was, we can make a life together. And that's what I wanted him to see. And that's what I worked on. I already had a life and a situation. So it wasn't me trying to be extra independent, strong Black woman. I didn't bring that to the table with him. I didn't bring my past relationships and the downfalls and what didn't work in the past to the table with him. I wanted to be very careful on how I handled this situation with him. And it started with me putting on the vision board. What are the characteristics that you're looking for in a man? But let's dissect what it is that you like out of your parents' marriage. What do you don't like out of your parents' marriage? What do you like from your stepfather? Who is your father? What don't you like from your stepfather and your father? And then what are you harboring from your biological that you need to start dealing with right now? And so I had to go step by step into Lucinda's desires, Lucinda's dreams, Lucinda's aspirations as a family, because now we're a package deal. But I wanted him to fall in love with me first before he even connected with my children. So it was, you're not stepping into this and having to be a father. You're not stepping into this to be a caregiver or a provider. You're stepping into this because I want to recognize and know you as a man of God, a man as you are, and what you bring to the table without any strings attached. And that was my key. It was detachment was my key. I loved him, but I was detached from trying to grab him and keep him, if it makes sense.
Wow, that's so good. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I know, and I applaud you for doing that. And that's the thing that every woman, every person, woman, man, you have to get to that place that you have something that you're living for, because the truth be told, I've been married happily for 5 years. I'm excited about that. But the truth of the fact is I spend more time on my vision than I spend with my husband. We probably spend a lot of time in the same space, but I spend more time working on my vision than I spend up in my husband's face. I don't think he could handle it. I couldn't handle it. So, and I know you actually created a conference, Lucinda, to help support other women and men. We about the women, but then I do some men nowadays. They be trickling in and out. But you hold a conference to actually help people to activate their vision. So tell us a little bit about how did you start doing the conference, and how does that help people walk out in their vision and their purpose for their life?
Yes, so the conference does support women and a few good men, right? But the Activate conference is designed so that you can learn how to, not learn, but really step into, connect with like-minded individuals who are building their empire and also raising their family or have desires to raising their family. And so how do we blend the two without missing out? So we focus on building each other up, helping you get the resources that you need. That helps you to save time, that helps you to save money, and it allows you to spend more time with those that you love. I want to spend more time with my family on vacation. I don't want to spend more time finding resources and open doors. So what I was missing is what I bring to the table. You're looking to be seen and heard, this is the place to be. You're looking to build and elevate, this is the place to be. Do you have to have a business to be there? Absolutely not. Do you have to have a dream, a vision, and a purpose and understand that purpose? Yes. Because it's such strong energy and connections in the room that we charge everyone to go higher. But in order to do that, we ask everybody to show up who you are, be vulnerable, and say, listen, this is where I need support and help in. So that's what Activate is truly about. It's creating that platform for those who are ready to be seen and heard. And, you know, they're frustrated with feeling stuck.
All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. So the conference is coming up on November 11th. And y'all see, I don't know if y'all noticed, I'm representing. Y'all notice I'm representing tonight? New York, New York, New York. We're going to be in the New York. So on November 11th in New York, we will be at the Activate conference. We've been waiting for this. This is the last conference I'm going to all year. I'm like, listen, we've been waiting for this, and it's going to be off the chain. And this is really the reason why I decided to go to this conference, because I've been to a lot. Trail, we've been to Cali, we done been all over the world going to conferences, trust and believe. But we said, when we saw Lucinda, when we saw your conference, we loved it because it's just not another women's empowerment event. That's what it's not. And we have so many of those, no disrespect, I guess we have our own version of that as well. But this event is a place that people go to connect with the right people. You know, my husband used relationship building as a strategy for his business that has really yielded him very well, has done very well in his business. And he's been teaching me that. He even said, Jill, don't say networking. We're no longer networking. Your event is a place where we can relationship build. And that is a really important thing for you to have in your life, because the truth of the matter is you cannot do it alone. And you need other activators, like the chief activator, Lucinda, like the activator, Trail, and other people to help, one, to hold you accountable, one, to help you connect to their resources, you know, in terms of whatever that their network or the relationships that they establish to help you be successful. Because the truth of the matter is you don't have to do it alone. Isolation is not a good thing, and you need to be with other people. So there are going to be a lot of people in the room who's already been there, done that, and who really can help you get the publicity for you to move to your next step. You cannot be the best kept secret and talking about you want to activate your vision.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to do something in order to actually get that thing done. So we want to invite women, men, if you're in anywhere, I would say really, really at this point, you still can hop on a plane. Trail, I think Trail just bought her ticket a week ago. I think about a week ago. Trail, correct me if I'm wrong, you know, and she's going to be flying into the DC area, and she's going to be headed up to New York. We're leaving on Thursday. No, we're leaving Friday. So if you're interested in flying, you know, definitely you can. What is it? LaGuardia Airport, JFK?
LaGuardia and JFK, they can get tickets from Google Flights, googleflights.com. They can check. There's an app called Hopper app, Hopper, and it helps you with flight alerts, and it tells you, grab this ticket. Some people have gotten last minute tickets up from last week for like $150 round trip. And so the Hopper app, Google Flights, or even Skip Lagged, SKIP, lagged, Lagged. That's a great website if you have to fly in. Make it a road trip, girls trip. Bring your boo, bring your babe. Just come. Trust me.
Or flying into DCA and just drive up, because Jill and I'm flying into DCA, and Jill and I are going to drive up, so you guys can hop in the car with us. We can do like an excursion up there. My ticket was like $100 and some bucks too. So I mean, it's like pennies on a dollar, and it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Just imagine what we spent $100 and some on. I bought some shoes last week for my husband, not me. He bought them for over $100 and some. So come on, somebody.
Listen, I just had dinner. It was $115 just yesterday. 2 people. $115. Local restaurant. So.
Exactly. Wow, 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 wow. Good stuff. So Lucinda, if they want to register, well, let's talk about who should register. I know you kind of talked about that. If you got anything else to say about who should register and how do they go about registering, because I don't want anybody to miss it. If you're in the DMI community, you need to be there. You guys need to activate your vision or take your vision to the next level. That's what Charlotte and I are going there for, to take our vision to the next level. So Lucinda, tell us a little bit about that.
And real quick, the wives out there, because I shared it with them as well. Those that don't have a life, you need to come so you can activate your vision, so you're not so dependent on your husband. So you need to be there as well. Go ahead, Lucinda.
That's good. That right there is good. That's good. Yes. So, who needs to be there? Those you've achieved a certain level of success on your own and you need to push. You're not sure what's next for you. You have some ideas. Maybe you've been playing small with the ideas that you have. HSN is there, and they're looking for products. They're looking for those who have created something, anything, clothing, pets, travel, whatever you've created, bath and body, cosmetics. They're doing a product pitch. They want to select at least 40 individuals to put on their international network of 90 million people. So that right there alone, just to come pitch, is amazing, and they're giving feedback. So they're looking for partners. And so those who are just, you've been sitting on your power. You're a major researcher, often procrastinate, often fall into perfectionism, and you may be the best kept secret. You need to be there. So where they can go, write this down in all caps, Big Apple. Big Apple is the discount code. That gives you like close to half off, or maybe even half off of your ticket tonight. Big Apple. Big Apple. You go to activateconference.com, and you put in Big Apple when you register, and just be there. That's all we're asking you to do, is to show up. Don't look for getting any sleep, so make sure you get your rest from now until November 11th. And
yes.
We're not looking for people to sit there yarning or text messaging. No, we want you to get all that you need to get for you. And this is designed specifically for you.
So Tanja, one of my wives who went A team member, she just said that she's going to ride up with me and Jill. So Tanja, go on over to, what's the website, Lucinda? Did you get the website? I know you gave the code.
It's activateconference.com. Activateconference.com.
Okay, so Tanja, go to activateconference.com, put in your code Big Apple so you can get the discount, and you can ride up there with me and Jill, girl. Hey.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. So Jill. Is she paying attention? So we want to give away a couple of tickets. So we got to see how we're going to do this.
Truck kind of mentioned it, but what I want to say is, if you don't have anything that you're doing outside of church and outside of your work and your children, get to this conference. I'm going to say it again. If your life looks like you get up in the morning, you get your kids ready in the morning, you go to work, you pick your kids up and do things with your kids, and then you go to church, and that's your life routine, we need to activate your vision. Activate your vision. Your happiness depends on it. Your wholeness depends on it. You being obedient to God depends on it. Understand your vision and your purpose of your life is not the same thing as your JOB. Some people are aligned, but most people are not. And you need to come here so you can connect with some power hitters, to meet me, to meet Trail, to meet Lucinda. Yes. We are going to have a good time. Trail and I are going to be out there from Friday night, Saturday night, until Sunday. We're going to be out there hard. And we want you to be there because we believe in no kingdom woman left behind. You can hashtag that. Yes. Also hashtag Activate Conference 2017.
Listen, I think we're going to be there Thursday night because I'm trying to be in New York early and I'm trying to stay as long as I can stay. You hear me? So I think we're going to be there Thursday night because I'm flying in Thursday. Okay, Jill? Thursday. So women also will help your marriage. So if you're in a place and you feel like, oh, he doesn't love me or he doesn't look at me the way he used to and all that other stuff, let me tell you, when you activate your vision, and you are so focused on what God has you focused on, I'm not going to say you can care less, but that is not your focus. He will start chasing after you because something inside of you will come alive. Something inside of you will activate, and you'll be less dependent on him. You'll be more dependent on God, and that way he will then be more attracted to you. So woman, I'm telling you what I know. I'm not telling you something I heard. I'm not telling you something that somebody else told me. I'm telling you what I know. So if you are feeling displaced in your marriage, if you're feeling like you don't know what's going on, if you're in an awkward place, you guys are not in synergy with one another, it needs to be activated so that you can be the wife that God has called you to be, not the doormat, not on the heel of his life and all about his goals, but what about your goals? What about what God has called you to do? Beyond you being a mother, beyond you being a wife, beyond you being a soccer mom, nothing is wrong with any of those things because I've stood in that place. But beyond that, what is God calling you to do? What is God calling you to activate? You may not have had the support in the past. You may not have had your sisters in Christ or a biological sister to help you. We are your sisters. We are our sister's keeper. We want to be at that conference to hold you, to hug you, and to push you into your next place, whatever that may look like for you.
So let's go ahead and wrap up. It's already 9 o'clock. We're having such a good time, but I want to honor our guest time, our guest Trail's co-hosting tonight. So we're going to finish with this, with last words. I thank you guys for being patient. For the next Single Central TV, I will have a headset, so I won't have the delayed communication. But I thank you guys for your patience tonight. But Lucinda and then Trail, let's do Lucinda, then Trail. Tell us your last words, the last thing you'll tell people in order to catch your life, in order to activate your life, or just your last words before we close out tonight.
Real short, just show up. Show up. It's not even about this conference, right? But show up for yourself. And I love that. Like, that just needs to be coined for this whole message today. A lot of times as women, we push ourselves as second, and you have to put yourself as the priority. If you are not the priority, how can you make sure that you take care of everything else in your life if you are not the priority? So show up for yourself. Do this for yourself. And your why, when they say, well, what's your why? Your why is you. This is your life. You have one life, one go round at it. Why not make it the best? And why not activate and enjoy the rest of your life? So that's my thing. Show up for life, enjoy it, and just activate who you are.
And just to piggyback off of that, I double dog dare you to show up and to activate that thing that's burning inside of you, that thing that has been hidden for all these years, that thing that you worry about, that thing that you're concerned about. I double dog dare you to show up on November 11th and to activate that thing.
All right, so excellent. Thank you so much to Trail for co-hosting tonight. Definitely gave some wisdom to the wives and wives in waiting, and definitely a lot of thanks and appreciation for my girl Lucinda. I haven't met Lucinda in person. I feel like I have. But I can't wait till the time that I get to meet you in person and we get to connect. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for joining. If you haven't already, share this broadcast out. Make sure you tag your friends, and also head over to Activate Conference to get your ticket. We will put the link in the Facebook post. Go to activateconference.com, and the code is Big Apple to get your discount. I will love to see you there, to hug your neck and just to say, girl, you go, or dude, you go. Let's rock out. 2018 is around the corner, and we need to get clarity. What she started off with: clarity, focus, and completion. Let's do it. Love you guys. Have a good night. Be blessed.
Yo,